Hey there, we hope you're excited about your upcoming trip to China with TripADeal. Now that you've received your travel pack, this video will highlight key information in your travel documents so you can make the most out of your trip to China. Please note that not everything is covered in this video, so we ask that you take the time to read through your travel documents from top to bottom. If you're the lead traveler on your booking and you're traveling with other family or friends, we recommend forwarding on this travel pack so they can familiarize themselves with all these details too. Passport details. The passport details you've provided TripADeal when completing your passenger information form must match the information on the passport you travel to China with. If you're traveling on a different passport, please ensure to bring the original passport that was used to complete your passenger information form. If you haven't provided us with your full passport information or you've received a new passport, please ensure to provide us with any updated information at least 4 weeks before your departure date, as additional fees may apply. Any discrepancies between the passport information we have on file and the passport you travel with may result in you being denied boarding for flights and trains, as well as being refused entry into scheduled touring locations. So please, let us know as soon as anything changes. Itinerary, train and domestic flight tickets in China. High-speed train tickets are subject to availability, so if they're unavailable, a domestic flight will be provided in place of this. Train and domestic flight tickets will be distributed by your tour guide on arrival in China. However, in some cases you may find domestic flight tickets included within this travel pack. It's important to understand that the order of visits to Suzhou, Hangzhou and Shanghai may be adjusted due to operational considerations, although all inclusions will remain the same. To understand if you'll be visiting the cities in a different order, check the overnight accommodation details stated on each day of the itinerary. Payments and currency on tour. Cash is widely accepted in China and often used on a daily basis, so it's recommended to bring cash in either local currency or Australian dollars. If you require assistance with currency exchange in China, your tour guides will be there to help. We recommend bringing at least 100 Australian dollars cash per day to cover meals, optional activities, tips and other personal expenses. Credit and debit cards are recommended, however you'll find that they can only be used at some hotels and are not often accepted in local restaurants and supermarkets. WeChat and Alipay are commonly used payment platforms in China, although many travelers find they experience issues using these due to internet accessibility and other technical difficulties. Tipping. Although there's no tipping culture in Australia, tipping is standard practice and highly recommended if you're satisfied with the services while you're on tour in China. The recommended tip is 12 Australian dollars per traveller per day, where touring or transfer services are provided. These tips are typically split between guides, coach drivers and other tour assistants as a show of appreciation. You'll find that tips will often be requested by your guides at various points on the tour, but there's no need to be intimidated by these requests. Baggage. China is very stringent with its luggage laws, so please ensure any restricted items like batteries, power banks and e-cigarettes are not packed in your checked luggage, as your baggage may get withheld at the first port of entry into China. It's important to note that fees apply if your luggage is withheld and you require assistance to retrieve your luggage at a later date. Airlines may have different checked baggage allowances, but as a general guideline, you're allowed one piece of checked-in luggage that's less than 20 kilograms and one carry-on item that's less than 7 kilograms. Last-minute cancellations. If you aren't able to travel due to unforeseen circumstances, please advise the TripADeal team by email or phone as soon as possible so we can update your booking and advise our local operators. This ensures our guides aren't waiting for you at the airport and you aren't holding up the rest of the tour group. Visas. At the time of creating this video in March 2024, a tourist visa is a strict requirement if travelling to China on an Australian or New Zealand passport. The visa application process can be lengthy, so we recommend getting started as soon as possible to account for any delays or additional information that may be required. If you need additional help, our team have put together a China visa FAQ sheet, but for any other visa information, we recommend contacting a Chinese visa application service center and checking Smart Traveller for the most up-to-date information. All that's left to do now is pack your bags and charge your camera. We hope you have an amazing trip to China. Safe travels from the team at TripADeal.